Hey guys, welcome back to another very exciting vlog. In this vlog you'll see me flying to Amsterdam with my coach. We'll be meeting up with my coach's parents in Amsterdam, who he hasn't seen in 1 to 2 years, so that'll be very exciting for him. And then after Amsterdam we'll then be traveling to the Netherlands, where we will be attending an aero camp for Q-Cycle to collect our new bikes. Here I was in the toilet and now at the airport, very excited for a 20+ hour flight to the other side of the world. This will be my longest flight. This will also be my first time flying with Emirates, and there is my coach. But yeah, I was super excited. I ended up watching quite a few movies on the flight. I watched Wicked, haven't actually seen it, was pretty good. And must I say, the food on Emirates was really good. Definitely got a lot in our meals, was very full, and yeah, I just really enjoyed my flight with him. Here was me in the bathroom, and I think we had about 2 hours to go. Yeah, as you can see. It was a really long flight. It was about 14 hours for the first flight. And we have made it to Dubai Airport. Honestly, I thought Dubai Airport would be a lot bigger and more bougie than it actually was. I have been to Singapore Airport, and that airport was really cool. There was a lot of stuff to do there. So I don't know if we kind of missed some terminals here at the airport or didn't do enough exploring, but yeah, there just wasn't really a lot around, so we kind of just killed some time doing not a lot. And yeah, this was actually us now at Amsterdam. So we checked into the hotel and met up with Nathan's parents, and now we are on about a 15-minute walk to find a swimming pool. The scenery in Amsterdam was absolutely beautiful. There was so much greenery, and the houses there just looked really cool. It felt like I was in a bit of a movie. Yeah, also another thing about here is you have to walk and ride on the right hand side instead of the left hand side. So it took a bit of getting used to. Don't think we were fully used to it even by the end of the trip. But yeah, we found the swimming pool, but we wanted to swim in the outdoor pool and it didn't open until 10 a.m. So we went for a little stroll in. It was sort of like a botanic garden sort of vibe. We found some little duckies. So cute. And in Amsterdam, it's very much nightlife, so a lot of places don't seem to open until around 10 a.m, which is very different to Australia. So it's definitely very weird how the sun is setting at like, oh doggy, how the sun's setting at like 8:30 or 9 at night. So it was 10 a.m, we came back to the pool, and you get your little ticket, you scan it, and they love those turny little gates, which is very interesting. But we're here at the outdoor pool, and it was absolutely freezing. I think it was probably like 21 or 23 degrees or something, which really doesn't sound cold, but it literally felt like an ice bath. It was very refreshing, but because the air is also so cold outside, it did make me feel a little bit sick and nasally in a way. And yeah. Borstkrolban. I probably completely butchered that. I have no idea how to say it, but I think that's crawl, like freestyle stroke. Anyway, after our swim, we decided to go catch the metro train into Central Station. Bit of a spoon, as I do work on the trains. So yeah, that was super cool to see how that ran, and we were going to see what's in the city. It was really nice when you come out of Central Station. There's a beautiful view of the river. It was such a lovely temperature over here. It felt slightly cool in the shade, and then when you're in the sun, it felt a little bit warm. They also have a lot of these really small cars because there's not a lot of roads, so I guess it makes it really easy to get around and easy to find places to park in. The town was really beautiful. A lot of these buildings actually are on like a slant, which is really interesting, and it makes it look really cool. Here is a video of a guy we saw making potato fries. Looks really cool and fancy, and there were quite a few people that had them, but unfortunately we didn't get any, but they looked really good.
I reckon so.
And seeing these boats pass through the river really made it feel like a bit of a movie, which was really cool. And of course, we wouldn't be in Amsterdam if we didn't try a stroop waffle. I really didn't know what to expect with these. They didn't look very good. I didn't even realize there was some sort of like honey in the middle. But I actually really liked this. It wasn't too filling, but it tasted really good. Definitely recommend getting these sprinkles on top. And obviously as we were over here, we did not have our bikes yet, so we had a really cool gym next to our place, which was really handy. So we jumped on the spin bike and did a gym session. The gym here was actually really nice. It was 2 stories and it had a sauna, all the gym equipment you need, and everyone here was really lovely and welcoming. So this is just a video of the upstairs of the gym, and then as you go downstairs is the entry of the gym, and it has a few more other equipments, and it also has a free weight room. I don't really know what you call it, but with like the green grass and it's just a really big space area, but we actually completely forgot about it, so that was a bit annoying. But the running paths around here were really lovely, and it felt really nice, the temperature. I really love the red ground or concrete road, whatever you want to call it, next to all the green next to all the greenery. It just makes it really pop and it looks really nice. And again, here we are back at the hotel. We had buffet breakfast every morning at every hotel we stayed at on this trip, and it was absolutely amazing. This was honestly my favorite one, was the first hotel that we stayed at. And I found it funny because Nathan's parents looked at me really weirdly because they are French, so they usually have lots of pastries and stuff in the morning, but I always started my mornings off with like eggs and beans on toast or sausages, and I definitely got some very strange looks from them. So on our run, we actually found a running track too, which was really cool. My coach had a bit of a look at my running form and gave me some suggestions and tips on things I could do and drills to focus on improving it a little bit, which was really nice. And again, the next day we are back in town exploring again. This time we were walking a little bit further. I think we had about a 40 minute to an hour walk or something like that, because we wanted to go to the food hallen, which is oh my god, wait, we saw these baby duckies and they were so cute. Anyway, we had like a 40 minute to an hour walk to get to this food hallen. It had lots of different foods from lots of different countries, and it was meant to be really good. It was what we got suggested from the Uber drivers, so we thought we'd go check it out, and it was definitely worth the walk. It was a really lovely place, and I love how there's all these little side cafe shops along the way as well. They're really cute. But yeah, here we are. We made it to Food Hallen. So if you are in Amsterdam, I definitely recommend going here. There was a lot of different varieties of food and suggestions and desserts and pastries. I went with the Greek option, and I got a pita bread with potato gems and a fresh homemade lemonade, which was really nice and refreshing. And here's a really cool old photograph booth, and it was really interesting to see how he took the photos. So I'm not going to explain this a lot, but I think you can just see what it is by our reactions. But oh my goodness, we didn't even realize, but we accidentally stumbled upon the red light district, and it was very eye-opening. It was really insane how you just walk through there. They're right there, and people just open the doors and have a chat. But yeah, again, the scenery is just beautiful. The lake doesn't look too nice on this camera, but so after that we got a taxi, and we have now arrived at the Fletcher Hotel, which is officially where we will be commencing our aero camp, which is really cool. This hotel was super cool and super different. It was actually used to be an old prison, so the cells that we were staying in were actually where prisoners used to stay, which is kind of eerie but really cool because you won't really get to experience that anywhere else. So yeah, this was my cell, as I guess you could call it, where I was staying for the night. It definitely felt very modern, but there was definitely an eerie sort of feel in these hotels. I don't really know how to describe it. I guess just maybe in my mind, because of the fact that I knew it used to be a prison, I was just in my head a little bit. But yeah, I had a really good sleep. It was really nice, and it was just really cool to finally be in the place where we will actually be commencing the aero camp. We also went for a run around the forest around here in the prison a little bit earlier this morning, and we actually got lost, so I was very scared. Okay, this is where I saw my bike for the first time ever, and it was so much better in person than I have ever pictured. I was quite emotional just looking at it, but it turned out way better than I had ever even imagined, and I was so excited to test it and ride it. And let's just say it's very different. I had to practice. They wanted everyone to practice the turning circle a little bit, so here's me doing that. It's got a bit wider of a turning circle because the aerodynamics of the bike they wanted to keep. And yeah, here's me having a little test again. Gotta love the Berks. And yeah, So the next few videos are just going to be me flying around the course, and I'll let you just have a little watch of that. Enjoy! So after our testing, we made our way to the swimming pool, and oh my god, must I say I miss the pools back in Brisbane so bad. Everyone here seemed to love to do breaststroke, obviously swim on the opposite side of the lane, and it just didn't hit the same as the pools back home. But yeah, after the testing camp, we then went and had to stay the last night closer to the airport, and the scenery around here was so beautiful. Oh my goodness. Cycle. So I am currently here, for anyone following along, I'm currently here at the Fletcher Hotel in the Netherlands, and I have just finished up my aero testing for my new bike. And yeah, it was absolutely amazing, it exceeded my expectations, and I got a new bike and it does match the colour of my nails, so this might have to be a regular race day occurrence as it is matchy. Yeah, when I saw my bike I was super stoked. It turned out even better than I ever expected, and it is currently packed away at the moment, but I will insert some clips either before or after this segment. Yeah, so I also got the Fast TT front end system for my crew cycle bike, and I've always wanted to test these bars so bad, and I absolutely loved it. It was it felt super comfy. It's super easy to take on and off the bike. There's no cords or anything. It is SRAM, so that was different for me going from Shimano to SRAM, but they run pretty much the same. It was absolutely amazing. I met so many cool people. It's definitely a really great environment and community, and I'm super grateful to be given the opportunity and to be a part of it. And yeah, the whole day, I am pretty rooted now. It was a long day. I think we got to the track. There was 3 of us that had to get tested today, so we got to the track at about 8:30 a.m. and it's currently 6 p.m. but we got back around I think 5 p.m. So yeah, we're at the track the whole day, and it was really cool to be able to do the testing. I've never done aero testing before, so pretty much they had like a little camera that they'll connect to your bike and had the Garmin, and it was connected to your computer, and you'd do a certain amount of laps. You had to get up to 38 to 40 kilometers an hour for them to be able to clock it. And then I think it was like you do like 10 laps or something, and then they'll ring a bell. That'll be your last lap, you do one more lap and then a bend, and then you come back in and they'll tell you your readings, and then pretty much after that you would then either, you can adjust some things, like you could bring the front end system down, or you could put on some calf sleeves, you could put on a helmet, a different helmet, different suit if you wanted. It was really, really, really cool. It's definitely nothing to the extent of what I've ever done before, so it was a bit above my knowledge, so it did feel like a bit of a fish out of water, but it was super cool. I definitely recommend to anyone, if you are looking for a new bike, 100% look into Cruise Cycle. I am part of their next generation program, so it's a program for age group athletes. It's just a great support system. You get a lot of things, and if you're definitely looking for a new bike, Cruise Cycle is definitely the way to go. You get to custom pick the color of your bike, so I went with a pink, blue fade, like my nails. And yeah, and I got to put my name on it as well. It's just so amazing, and the amount of people there supporting you and helping you out is just beyond exceeded my expectations, especially as an age grouper. Like, I'm just so grateful to be given this opportunity, and I cannot talk more highly of Crew, and I'm super excited to be a part of the team. This is something that I've definitely been looking at a new bike for a while now, and when this popped up, it was a no-brainer for me. It's right up my alley, and some interesting things that we found out in the tests for myself. It was really strange, but when I did put the calf sleeves on, I actually found that it was reading slower for me on the aero testing. So yeah, it was something I found really interesting, as I do like wearing the calf sleeves, but it was showing that me going a little bit slower. So there's definitely a few things to think about. And when we first put these bars on, you put them right down at the base bar, so you can get a feel of what they're like. And yeah, it felt super low, so it felt quite crazy, but it was really good to feel that. And we ended up bringing the pads in we left the pads pretty much where they were, but we turned the top bars in like that. And these front end systems are really cool because you can actually turn this around. So if you want to press the button either from here, or if you prefer to press the button from here, yeah, there's options, and it's really cool. But yeah, so if you're a well-performing age group athlete, or you really like the Cruise Cycle bikes, definitely hit them up, definitely reach out, give them the message. They're really great people to communicate and talk with. They're very open and encouraging, and yeah, it's just a great group of people to be around. And I cannot, as you can tell, I can't speak highly enough of them. I'm just super stoked and beyond happy with how everything turned out. As I said before, I'm keen to try out the bike, because we only rode it in the velodrome. I'm keen to try it on the road and see how it feels and how different it is to my other bikes. So yeah, it's going to be so much fun. It's definitely a lot of learning to do, and I'm learning a lot of new things, which is really good. It was really cool to meet even a couple of the other pros and age groupers from around the world, so it's good to make those connections and definitely follow them along and see their journey as well. Definitely going to go back to Australia and test out this bike, and hopefully get a lot of people over there keen to jump on the Crew wagon, because yeah, it's definitely the way to go. I can't fault the bike, it's amazing, it felt really good. And yeah, as I said before, the people in Crew, involved in Crew, are just so helpful, so kind, so welcoming. And I may not be a person of many words, definitely not, but the fact that I just couldn't wipe my smile off my face the whole day, I think just speaks volumes. So yeah, I'm really happy with how everything turned out. As I've said before, and I'll say again, this is definitely an amazing opportunity for age group athletes. It's something that even a lot of the pros don't even get to experience within their career. So to be able to get this pretty early on into my triathlon journey, I am very grateful, and I can't wait to see where this sport takes me. And to have Cruise Cycle along my side is definitely going to be an absolute game changer. And yeah, super excited. They'll hopefully be there for me at Kona as well, so that'll be really comforting and handy to have the support and the help of the bike company that I'll be riding. So yeah, just so excited, and I'm so grateful, and I've probably said that a million times, but yeah, this has been a once in a lifetime experience, an opportunity and a journey. Literally flown like 20 something hours across the other side of the world to do this, and it's been worth every single cent, and I'm so super lucky. I'm super excited to bring this back to Australia and show everyone around in my town. I'm definitely going to get a few head turns as I walk into transition with my bike, and I'm super excited that if people were to like my bike, I'd love to be able to tell them about Cruise Cycle, and yeah, hopefully get more and more people to jump on the trend. Get with Cruise Cycle, because their bikes, you just can't beat them. And everything about the bike, about the day, was just really cool. And the bike in itself, I'll hopefully go over a bit more of the bike when I get home and how it all runs and all the compartments and stuff, but they've got some really cool, unique little things in the bike. Like at the front of the bike, there's a little magnet, and when you take this piece of magnet off, it's actually a storage space where you can put stuff in there and then just put the magnet back on, which is super cool. It was at the start I'll still have to on the road get used to the steering, because you can't go as tight of a corner because it only turns so far. But the reason that is because they wanted to keep the aerodynamics of the bike to make it a lot quicker. So you can sacrifice a little bit of turning to have a little bit more speed. And in the reality, it doesn't really matter with the turning. So that wasn't a big deal at all. There's also a storage underneath the bike, so you can pull a compartment off underneath the bike, and there's more storage that you can put up in there, close off, which is super sick. Literally everything about this bike is all new to me, and I'm all learning. And I'm here, I'm along for the ride, and I love to learn, and I definitely feel like a bit of a fish out of water with this bike, but yeah, it's super exciting.